Okay, so today we're going to talk about two poems, and they're written by different people, both women, and they both have something in common. And it's going to be two videos, so make sure you watch the second video too. That's where I'll be reading the second poem. The first poem is called Lullaby. Maybe people used to sing you lullabies. Maybe they still sing you lullabies. That would be great. Nobody sings me lullabies, but I sing them to my 3-year-olds. So that's pretty good. This poem is called Lullaby. And if you don't know, a lullaby is when you sing to somebody as they're falling asleep to help them fall asleep. It could be anything. It could be some rock and roll. That's not relaxing. It should be something relaxing, right? So this should be a relaxing poem if it's called Lullaby. Here we go. By Christine O'Connell George. Tree sighs softly as the birds patter about her heavy old branches, settling down, tucking their heads beneath their wings. She waits until dusk. Her shadow had She waits until dusk has shadowed her leaves, and when she's sure she's heard that last soft cheep, she rocks her birds to sleep. I'm going to read it again. Don't worry. This time I won't mess it up. With things like this, especially if they're short, you should always read them twice. The first time is just to get you warmed up, and the second time, you're like, okay, now I understand a little. Lullaby by Christine O'Connell George. Tree sighs softly as the birds patter about her heavy old branches, settling down, tucking their heads beneath their wings. She waits until dusk has shadowed her leaves, and when she's sure she's heard that last soft cheep, she rocks her birds to sleep. So, what did you picture? Did you picture a tree? That would be good. It's about a tree. Did you picture little birds? I pictured branches kind of filled with little birds tucking their beaks down under their wings and starting to fall asleep. Then I pictured at the end the tree just gently rocking. I don't know if you pictured that. You're free to picture whatever you like, but that's what I pictured. The interesting thing is that this poem doesn't say the tree or a tree. It starts with the word tree, like it's a name. It says, Tree sighs softly as the birds patter about her heavy old branches. Her? Since when do trees have gender? Well, this poet is doing something called personification. Personification. I wrote it down, personification, because I wanted to show you something. It's not called personification, it's called personification. But I want you to watch this. If I were to cover this part of the word, it says person. Ification. Ification means turning something into something, right? Mummification, turning somebody into a mummy. Ooh, don't do that to me. Personification is when a poet or any writer uses characteristics of a person to describe something that's not a person. So, if, like you say, "Oh, my car was not running well this morning. She woke up on the wrong side of bed," or my car didn't feel like coming to work today. Like your car didn't actually have that thought. Your car is a machine, right? But we describe machines and other inanimate objects like people because it proves our point. It makes sense. It helps us understand them better because we know how people work. And so if we describe other things like people, then we understand how they work. So this poem is describing a tree like a mother or a father who has these little babies, and once she, in this case, is sure that they're all ready for sleep, she gently rocks them to sleep. So when you're out there at night or in the evening at dusk and you see some birds up in branches and you see a big old tree, you could think of this, like that tree is rocking those birds gently to sleep. It's a beautiful poem. You're going to try that personification yourself. Come back with the next video in a few slides.